Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So we are doing clear coat this time on this SS Monte Carlo, the 86. So we have this bad boy right here. We have it all decaled, cleaned up. Well, it's not clean. I got to clean it yet. So I don't clean it until I'm ready to go. As you can see, it's got some spots on it from decals and what have you. So I took the bumpers off, cut the decal. We got everything good to go. So we're going to we're going to do a mix on this. We're going to use MCW clear on it, enamel, and then we're going to shoot it. I'll show you a live shot in the paint booth, non-stop editing. We'll see how that goes. And I'll try to get the camera position so you're not seeing my hand like roll in front of the camera. I'll do my best on, but we'll try to get that there. So I had a few people comment about it's hard to wet sand metallic. Yes, it is hard to wet sand metallic if it's a lacquer or if it's a like an alkylate. That's like the worst of wet sand, because this is enamel, so this is a little thicker. When you get a lacquer or even a acrylic type paint that has metallic in it, the paint is so thin, so what you're doing metallic is basically metal, so you're basically lifting that metal and just swirling it around, so that's why it's harder to do that. But enamels, different story. I wet sand my enamels all day long, any color. Doesn't matter if it's silver, gold, they all wet sand amazing. They look good. That's why I like enamels, because they take a little bit more to cure and but they're more robust. You can do more with it. You can wet sand them a little more. They're a little more forgiving, and they're more durable. I mean, I can drop this thing, and even if I scratch it, I can just give a little polish and boop, it's gone. That's why I like it. So, but that's me. That's me. Other than that, we're going to go with the bench. Let's mix this up. Let's get this thing sprayed. I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful, and then we will go from there. So let's get to the bench and get started. All right, guys, bench side. So here we go. We're going to get this, not primered, been there. We're going to get this clear coated. So I'm going to take this in the house. I'm going to wash it. Wash my hands, wash the model. You can see I got greasy fingerprints all over it, so we need to get that washed off, and it's remnants from the water, from the decal, all that good fun stuff. Yeah, so I think we should be okay, and we're gonna go, like I say, go in and wash it, and we'll see what happens. We'll throw some clear coat on it and run with that. I'll be right back, and we'll get this party started. All right, guys, fresh from the wash sink in the house, we got her all cleaned up. So you can wash a car with decals on it. I let them set overnight. I don't put decals on and just go ahead and rush and paint it. I like to leave them sit and make sure they cure out really good, and then I'll go through and paint from there. But I've washed them many times with actually quite a almost hot to mild hot water with soap, and never had a problem with decals yet. So they've worked pretty good for me doing it that way. So we got our hood. We'll get this guy cleaned up. Like I said, I didn't give this a lot of wet sanding because there's a lot of edges and sharp curves and whatnot in there. And I thought, man, I could see that getting burned through really, really easy. The grill might be tricky to get clean up because you get that water out of the center there. Try not to break my little skew off in the back there, because that easily happens with these microfiber towels because they catch everything. Get that cleaned out really good. Those buckets down below. So you can see I'm using a towel with the fuzzy side here, so I can kind of grab some of that. Hopefully did our job good, and that should clear out really nice. And now for the main event. When I'm washing these down, I always make sure you always do the inside, like up in the wheel wells, because that's where the water is going to get trapped, like up in here, way up inside here. So I'll just, just give them a quick try to dry them off as best I can. Almost need a little bit of compressed air to blow up in there. We'll get this skewed up, and we'll take and get some paint mixed, and we'll run with that. Alright guys, so we're going to use our MCW clear hardener, which is required for the clear, which we have the MCW clear. Running dangerous with the cap off. That is 1017E, and the hardener is 1017EH for hardener. And after that, we're going to put some leveling thinner in, our famous unicorn tears, as everybody likes to refer to them as. And that is part number, I should know this by heart. I've read it off many times. T108. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix, this is a big car, so we're going to mix quite a bit of it. So what I'm going to do is mix 10 milliliters of clear. So I'm just going to measure this out to 10. Eventually get there. This is probably more than I'm going to need, but I'd rather have a little extra than nothing come back. There's 10 on the money. So how this is mixed, 2 parts clear, 1 part thinner, 1 part hardener. That's how it's going to be. So we're going to do 5 and 5, and this is 10. So hardener, we're going to do 5. So we're at 5. And we're going to do 5 of leveling thinner. Throw these away. I use this one to mix with. So as you can see, we're clear, we're at 10 milliliters, and our thinner, we're at 5 milliliters, and our hardener, we're at 5 milliliters. So we're going to dump this all together. And that is our mix. So we're going to mix this up good with the pipette. Pipette, however you want to say it, what part of the country you're in. And we'll go from there. All right, we're going to take you over to the spray booth. We're going to try to do this as a live shooting to where there's no editing from the spray as soon as I start. Just give you guys an idea how this is painted. And we'll cut it from there. Probably got way more clear than we need, but I'd rather a little extra than not enough. All right, to the paint booth. All right, guys, for this, we're going to use our swallowtail. This has a 0.28 needle in it, and we're going to run 19 psi of air pressure. So we're going to start with my spoon. That's why I like using the spoons, because you can test that from start to finish, wet sand, clear it, the whole 9 yards, and you can see how everything's going to roll. So we're going to start with that. We're going to get this kicked on, and we'll roll from there. All right, guys, so let's see what we got. So this has been, let's see, it's been about 5 hours since it was painted, so it should be pretty dry. I mean, not something I'd want to work on, but it should be pretty dry to touch. Let's see what we got here. I have not turned this on. I don't usually turn it on. I just usually park the stuff in here and let it set. Ooh, pretty. So with the clear on that, that really, really makes that metallic stand out. You can really see that. Catches a little bit of ripple in the trunk, but we can sand that out. That's not a big deal. So I have to be honest with you, I thought it was going on just a little dry. I probably could have probably thinned it down just maybe a half a milliliter better. Just because it just seemed like it was spraying just a little drier than it should. So let's see what we got here. So it turned out pretty nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of dust and anything like that, which is shocking. So the roof looks pretty good on it. Pretty happy with that. And let's see. Oh yeah, it's dry. I'll take it off here. There we go. She's pretty dry to touch. I mean, like I wouldn't want to like grasp out and handle it, but it's, you know, to touch it, it's not wet at any means. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so we're gonna bake this probably tomorrow for a little bit. So you can see that I took the emblem off the side. So there's no emblem on the door over here, like above the red line. So if you look at this side, switch camera sides here. I'll shut it off. So this side, you can barely see it. I should have took it off there. You can see it right there. I thought, really? I mean, you barely see it. I should have just removed it. How aggravating. Same as the one on the back. You can't see that one either. It's on there. Yeah. Anyways, that's how that is. So let's check out the front clip here. Okay, that looks pretty cool. That looks really nice. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, we got one dust spot right on the red stripe. You see right there on the left bucket, headlight bucket. There's always that one guy. Alright, that's sprayed up pretty nice. I don't care about the back bumper too much, but I do want to check out the hood, so we'll get that out of here. See what that looks like. So no fingerprints this time, or finger marks. Let's check out the hood. Oh yeah, the hood looks nice. Looks like one blip in there. That's typical. Alright, so there we have it, guys. There is our clear coat spray. So we're gonna probably bake this tomorrow, and you can see where I touched up that end over there. That looks really good. So there we have it. So yeah, we're gonna let this bake for a little bit, and then we're gonna go on and wet sand this and make it just baby smooth, and we'll run with that. So okay, guys, once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in, checking the channel, and following along in this build. So we will see you guys on the next video. You guys have a good one, and hey, thanks for watching.